Hello everyone, it's Julie from Camelia Crafts Designs. Welcome and welcome back. I'm here today to make one of these beaded dangles, or spine dangles, or beaded charms, or whatever you want to call them, for the spine of a junk journal. This is one I made for my rose themed journal. It's very pink. It's got a few hints of green. I've got beads, I've got buttons, I've got a few charms. But what I haven't had to use for this is any tools. Yeah, it's all done with twine and knots. If you're a bit like me and you're getting on in years and your eyes aren't so good, I can't do that much with pliers and jump rings. No, it'd drive me insane. So I like these kind with the threads and the knots. So this is what it looks like before I start putting any beads on. I will show you how I get to this point. I like my charms to be removable, so I make them initially on a key ring, yeah, so that I can take it off, so that the whole thing can be taken off and put on something else, yeah, even when I've got beads on it. So that's why I do that. If you want your charm to be on your journal permanently, you can do just, yeah, I'll show you how to do that now as we get our strings ready. Again, I like to show you what we're aiming for. So, I've said no tools. You may, if you've got some beads with really tiny holes, it may be handy to have a beading needle. Yeah, one of these really thin wire needles. Split in half. Well, they do. That splits in half, that. I just can't do it. It takes me ages, absolutely ages. Oh, come on, do it. Do it. What about this bent one? Can I do that easier? Yeah, there you go. A beading needle. Or, if you're like me, I've just found these others. I've not tried these yet. There you go. It's got a hole that you don't have to pull apart. And it's not too pointy, so I can't cause too much injury to myself with that, I hope. Right, so that's that. What else do you need? Well, I'm using this wax linen thread because I like it. It's only 1mm. It doesn't fray. It does fray, but it doesn't fray easily. So I can get it through some beads with pretty small holes without having to use a needle. But you can use any twine you've got. This is quite good if you've got larger hole beads. It's like the stuff that you use for making bracelets. You can use embroidery floss, anything that's strong enough that you can get through the hole in your beads. So it depends on what beads you've got and what you've got available. You could even use string, yeah, if you've got beads with big holes, or you're just going to use buttons because the holes in buttons are obviously bigger. Anyway, stop waffling and show them how to do it. Right, so I've got my cream wax linen thread. I like to use pretty long strings, as you can see there. I'm not going to measure them. I'll tell you how long they are when I've done it, but I won't measure them. I just look at the spine on my journal, get my thread, and I think it needs to be yay long. Yay long, there you go. So then I will just keep going. I can't find end, I keep dropping end. So, and then when I get to the end of the thread, I'll loop it, and I'll just keep going until I've got enough pieces of thread. I tend to go, well, you can do anywhere between 2 strings and however many you want to put on your journal. I think I might go for about 8 to 10. I've lost count already because I'm talking, but I think we knew that was going to happen, didn't we? But I'll count here now. I've got 3 loops, so that's 6 strings when I get to this end. So that's 6. I think I'll go again. Wee. We've got a wee in. There we go. Someone asked me in comments, why do you keep saying wee? I didn't answer because I was in a sarcastic mood. But I just say it. If you don't like it, bye. See ya. I'm silly. That's the answer. Yeah, I'm silly. But I like it. So, what we got now? That's 2, 4, 6. We've got 8. Is 8 going to be a chompy enough bead? I'm going to go 10. Go 10, woman. Yeah, go 10. 8's a little bit too stingy, isn't it? Really stingy. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah. So I've got all loops at that end, and this is the end where I started. So I'm going to cut that off. And I'm also going to cut through all them loops. The end where you start, where your end and start one is. Don't cut them on the other side or you'll have mucked up and you'll have to start faffing again. So now I've got 10, yeah, pieces of thread. So I'm going to get all these loops. There should be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't matter if these end up being slightly different lengths. The world is not going to end. Pardon me. Right, I've got a book here, and it's like, here's one I made earlier. I've got it, where have I put it? Where have you put it? Oh, I propped it up on the floor. Did you just hear me knock it over? Right, this is a journal that I've only just started. I've basically just extended the spine, covered it with some fabric. I don't even know what it's going to be. So if you want to attach your spine to your journal permanently, this is how you do it. Get your loop end, or put all them through separately. I prefer to put the loop through. Come in from the back. Upside down to do that so you can see. I were just going to hold it up against myself as I normally would. So pop all your loops through, and then you want to put all your strings through all your loops, turn it back to front, then pull that tight, and then you'll have to pull each individual one if you've messed like me till it looks neat. Yeah, you will get there, promise you. So we've got one with a loop. Some people can probably do that perfectly, but I can't. There we go. That's all the loops gone, so that's nice and neat. And then you can just go ahead and thread your beads on. And do you know what? I might do this one attached permanently on camera. Yeah, I might. No, I'm not. I'll never make a decision to save my life. No, because that just looks like a big horrible dark green blob on my screen. So I'm going to take it off and I'll show you how I do them. Right, I grab a key ring or a giant jump ring, or that might do, because anything that opens to let you get your charm off. I'm going to take this one I've already got on a key ring off to show you, because I don't have another key ring to hand. I thought I had. I'm never completely prepared. So here we have a key ring. Pretend we haven't just took a load of threads off it. And what I'm going to do is exactly as I did with that hole on the book. I'm going to pop it through, pop all the threads through those loops, and then there we have it. The reason I use key rings is because, look, you can take it off and put it onto something else. I mean, I don't know at this point if I'm going to want to attach it to my book with a jump ring like I did on my eclectic one, or this one. What I've done is I've punched 2 holes in the book, and then I've just threaded some thread through twice and tied a bow. So I can take this off as and when I want. Yeah? So I don't know how I'm going to attach it. So for now, it's going to be on that key ring. I'm just going to leave that there for reference so you know what we're aiming at. Move your black thread, woman, because you don't need it. And let's get doing some beading. Right. Sometimes I'll plait the threads at the top, but I'm not going to do it with this one because I don't know how to do it on camera. I normally hang it on the mount for my camera. Yeah, I can't do that, can I? Because I'm using it. So we'll just start off with the beading. Right, I've got a selection of random beads here. I've just took little bits out of, as you can see, I've got, my beads are all organised in boxes. I've just grabbed bits and bobs. I've got some, these actually came off a dress. Yeah, well that, I can't remember how old that dress is. These, I don't know if they were, I don't know where they came from. I've got buttons that I've bought new. I've got buttons that have been taken off other things. I've got charms. I've got, these are also good. They're the spacer beads that you buy when you're making bracelets. I've just got random bits and bobs, so I'm just going to start. Right, a lot of my journals are floral or botanical, so we're just going to go-ish with that kind of theme. Let's see if I can fit through there. Yeah, that fits. Now what I'm also going to do now, I'm just going to bring the camera a little bit nearer. So 2 ticks. That's better. Also, I've got a pokey tool, just because a lot of my beads are cheap, and sometimes the holes, you've probably had it with the holes blocked with whatever they've coated bead with. So I'll just make sure it's okay with my pokey tool. So what we're going to do next, I want that green one. If you're super organised, right, that's started to fray, so here's what I do. I'll cut it at an angle, so it's like a little point. I'll then grab a bit of glue. I like to use my art glitter glue, because it dries nice and quick. And I'll just put a teeny tiny bit of glue on end, and that will stop it fraying. Whee! And because I've cut it at an angle to a point, it's also easier to get through. So what I shall do is do a couple more. Ready? Because that one's be drying while I do these couple, won't it? Yeah. Oh, I didn't cut that very well. So just a teeny tiny bit of glue. I've not tried if I thought of burning it with a lighter, but I can't find one. So that didn't happen, did it? Is that the other one I cut, or have I dropped that now? Oh, look at that, a magnetic paper clip. Is it the paper clip or the scissors that are magnetic? I don't really know. So we've got glue on end of a few now. That'll keep us going. So back to this first one, that glue should be dry enough. Yeah, that's all we need. Now look at the difference. Well, it went straight through. Yeah, if you're an organised person, you can get all your beads out on here that you want to use and decide how they look together. I'm being a bit random, so... Whee. Oh, we need some pink, don't we? Where's all pink gone? Did you not put any pink ones in there, woman? Just get a selection out, missus. Oh, I definitely need to get more pink. I think I might put that big one on. Yeah, that looks good. I want another pearly one. Ooh, that looks good. I'm putting some chompier beads on this one than I've put on before. Then I'm going to put this glass one on. Yay. And I'm going to move it further up. Not right at top, because I like these charms to be able to be, look, put it up above your journal when you're opening it and it's not all going way underneath your spine. I don't put knots at top. You can if you want. I just don't see point, because gravity will help those stay where you want them. I find gravity works wonders. And pokey tool also comes in handy at directing your knot to where you want it, like so. So that's my first little cluster on my first charm. I'm then going to make another cluster on this charm. I'm just going to grab some more pink beads. Why have I not got lots of pink out? Ooh, these are more red than pink, aren't they? These, I think these came from, you can get them on Amazon, but I got a lot of these from BB Craft back when I used to do a few hauls of theirs. And I've had them from N Beads, like I said, Timo, AliExpress. Some I've just had years anyway. Ooh, we've got some crackly beads here. These are nice. These were actually gifted to me by Pamela. Thank you so much, Pamela. You spoil me rotten, missus. Yeah. I think I'm a bit low on pink in that size. Oh, let's carry on. Crack on. I don't like to spend too much time picking my beads, because then it looks very contrived and very the more time I spend trying to make things look random, the less random they look. I bet you can relate to that. Right, that one didn't want to go through, but it did go in that first end lovely. There you go. Ooh, look, that's not good. The whole bead broke. I'm so sad. Really sad. Bin it. So if you're doing that with glass beads, be careful. Just drop a little poke from each end. There we go, that was better. Oh, I'm quite sad about that. Not really, it's only a bead, isn't it? I think I'm telling fibs. Oh, I want another pearly one, I think. Right, some of these pearly ones of mine have got very small holes. Let's try and put my glue pin through. That one's going to need a beading needle, but I want to use that one, so I'm going to use the beading needle. At least you'll get to see how it works then, won't you? If I were not in a beading needle mood, or if I took these downstairs to do it while I watch telly. Right, here's the thing with beading needles then. Your cord is doubled. That's just not going to fit. No how, no way, Jose. I'm probably going to get a load of people giving me tips in comments, but sorry, bead, you're not occurring. I'm going to have to take the thread out of the beading needle if I can. Yep. And use a different bead. I've let that roll away somewhere. Try another one. Let's see if it was just that one. I think it's just this batch of beads. I think these are plastic ones, these, that I've had years. Some of them are glass and some are plastic. There we go, we got it on in end. What else can I put on there now? I think I might want to put a love art on. Might have to use a beading needle for this because it's... Is it filigree they call it, where the whole thing is hollow? Although the one I put on my last charm, I managed to get it through. We want it through the bottom all, miss, this, not them inside. It's just always goes wrong on camera, doesn't it? That is coming out. Go on, you can do it. I'm going to need pliers. I've just said, let's make a dangle without using tools. And oh, it's coming. Did it? I was not using pliers. There we go. Yeah, funnily enough, the one I used on this charm, where is it? I got that through, no problem. That's just Murphy's Law, do they call it? Or whatever. Right, and I think I want one of these long ones on now. Will that go through? Yes. So, I like to have a gap between my clusters. Come back down. I'm going to knot you round about there. Again, it's not. Don't have to be perfect. A bit further down. There you go. Be prepared to knot it twice if it is a bead with a large hole, but that should do. So now I've just got 2 lots on there. I'm going to move on to another string now. This is another one that I've already cut and glued. So let's grab something else. Oh, I like that red. Oh, I've got some of these seed beads as well. They're always good because they have rather large holes. Oh yeah, that will do. I seem to remember this kind of bead has a very small hole, but we'll try it and see. I did manage to get 1 or 2. Oh, I've done it. On. I do like my pearl beads. I've actually just ordered some new ones off Amazon to see if they've got bigger holes. Oh, a bluish one. Oh, I like that. And then I'm going to come in with one of these. Ooh, that clinked, didn't it? And then I want a glass one. Again, I do like these glass ones. This were a mix box from Amazon. And a green one. So that's an interesting little... Yeah, they're all different, but I like them. And let's move that a bit further up. And I'm just going to pop a knot in, and then I'm just going to untangle my cords because I'm getting a bit tangled. Moving from one to another. Yeah, if you've got a hook in front of you to hang them on, it can be easier, but then you've got a different problems to tackle. Your beads could fall off if you let go of everything. So that's the first string. Move you up. That's the second one I'm beading. And I'll put some more in here. I'm not too bothered about my placement on my first few strings. I think I'm going to put a metal spacer bead on here as well. Ooh, that's a nice pink bead with a seriously large hole. And I'm going to put a glass one second. Then I'm going to put a green one. then a spacer bead, then I might put another green one, but I don't have one. Do I have another matching green one? No, but I have a slightly different colour. Whee! That's got a very small hole, that bead. You're just not... No, I don't like you, mate. I'm going to use another one of these. I like these. I've put one in every cluster so far. I don't even know where they came from, them. I don't think I've got a box of them. And I'm going to put another long one on this one. Yeah. So that's that. We like. And put another knot. So we've got 2 strings going so far. I like it. Now I want to come in with some buttons and things. Right, I want to use that one, I think. I've got one of those nice white ones. I've got that. Do you know, I think I might put it on. It's one of those buttons with a shank. They're really good for this. Ooh, I've got these. These are like little diamante buttons with a shank. Oh, I'm going to use that little one. And I want... Oh, look at that. It's a bead, not a button. Weird, didn't even know I owned that. And another pink one. Let's have a go with these. I'm going to use the little button at the top. Good thing about buttons is you don't really have to even mess with the knots. So I'm going to put it in and then I'm going to put it back through that diagonal one. Ooh, this is fun. Then I'll decide how high up I want it. I think I want it a smidgen lower. There we go. The wax linen thread is good for things tending to stay where you want them. Yeah, I like that. So let's come in with some more beads. Got all these out and I'm not using them. Woo. Get a purpley one. Is it purpley or pink? I don't know. Ah, just got it. Right, I need to cut this to a point. Go away, paperclip. Cut this one to a point and glue it. Did I put lid on my glue? Did I put lid on my glue? Do I ever put lid on my glue? Has anyone ever seen me put lid on glue? I think if you did, it were a mirage. I didn't really. That's that. So let's, while that dries, let's select the next bead. We've got a red one. I mean, this is what you're supposed to use these boards for. Let's do that one next. And we know those holes aren't going to fit. I might have to get back in my bead box. You know when you think you've got yourself a nice little assortment and you realise you haven't? Oh, we've got one of those. Oh, they're nice ones. They're all nice, Julie. They're just all nice. Oh, these are good. That's a little spacer bead with a hole there. Yeah, let's have that. Let's get a few of the seed beads. We know you can get through those. Right, that glue should have dried now. So we've got the red one. Let's now have a clear one. I think I'll have another red one. Then I'm going to put that little metal spacer bead on. Yeah, I like that. Then I'm going to put a bigger clear one on. And then I'm going to put a few little seed beads on after it. No, I'm going to put that on. Change my mind. It's my prerogative. I am a woman. Put that back in your glue and stop using it to clear holes in your beads. And don't be too vicious because you broke one bead already. Vicious woman. There we go. That fits through lovely. Oh, I like that little, yeah, collection. That's cute. I think it just needs a silver bead at the bottom. I've got some of these. These are little metal silver spacer beads with lovely big holes. Come back! It was an escapee. Yeah, I am that annoying person that if a pea rolls off your plate, I'll be like, ooh, an escapee. Yeah, sorry. Bad jokes. Oh, old ones, best ones though. This might need 2 knots because the hole in that bead is pretty large. Yes, it's going to. So 1 knot and another knot. Use that to direct the knot to where I want it to be. And that should be fine. So there we have it, starting to come along. Now what I'm going to do, because this is going to be 3 hours long, this video, if you watch me put every bead on, I'm going to come in and I'm going to get a couple like I've done on that. 2 lots there, 2 lots there. There were 2 lots there it is. Oh, some have slipped down over knot. That needed a bigger knot, didn't it? Yeah, I'll show you how we do that then. You can come in and tie a knot even though you've got beads on it. Everybody through, everybody through. Right, where's the other knot gone? Do we need another one through? Do you know what? I don't know what that is, but I like it. I'm going to leave it. Oh, lordy. Yeah, that's what we've got. I think I needed 1 more bead through, didn't I? I've ended it with that. There we go. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to get some beads on, a few more, and I'll come back as it's getting fuller and we'll put some more on together. So I will tell you how long it takes me as well, so I'll time myself. So 2 ticks. And I'm here again. So we're gone about 15 minutes there. It's much quicker when I'm not having to do it where you can see it. So as you can see, I've put beads on a few more. So at this point I start to think now, is there any gaps that need filling? And I'm thinking this area here is a bit gappy. So I'm going to choose a string and I'm going to make sure that some of the beads end up in this area. So I think that's going to be the first batch of beads on this string. So I'm going to do a pretty long one. I've grabbed my little pearl beads now. These have actually got bigger holes than the bigger beads, which is crazy. I'd forgot about these. I can get most of them through without the beading needle, but I think I'm going to use it. Oh, let's try that new one that I've never tried before. This. So they're only a couple of £1 a pack, these, on the old Amazon. Whee! Thread it, woman. There you go. Right, let's see. Oh yeah, that went through. Yes, I'm just going to put some random pinky peachy colours on here. Yeah. Let's have that pink. And then I'm just going to put a slightly bigger bead on, so it's not just one long string of little beads. But I'm not really thinking too much about colour. As she says, no, you went for it, use it. You could put them in here and do it properly. I just find that more fiddly. That's just wait. Or you could get one of them machines that make your beads go on for you in a random fashion. But that's just too much like hard work, isn't it? If you don't know what I'm on about, Google bead sorter. They're fascinating to watch. Eee. But you don't get much control over what bead goes on when. Right, let's have a look. I've threaded it onto the wrong end anyway, so... Oh my god. Am I crazy or what? I like that there, so we'll keep it there. But, yeah. That weren't even the string I were aiming at, that. It's a good job this is random, isn't it? But it really is one of... You can't really go wrong with it. she says. You can make mistakes. I've made mistakes. But you won't go wrong. Right, that's the one you want, woman. That's the one that's got no other beads on. Stick that through your needle. And let's see if it's quicker dipping our needle in the beads. Yeah, I suppose. I'm aiming roughly at a hole. I don't know. I think when you can't see, I can see. I've got my magnifier, but I can't find a way to film while using it because I can't get the camera to focus on what's magnified and the rest of my desk, and it looked terrible. I did faff trying, but I was unsuccessful. So you're going to have to watch this woman mess. I do have a lady who watches me who is partially sighted. In fact, her vision is so low, she is classed as blind. So if she can do it, I can do it. I'm not going to put a green bead on. What we got? Let's put a bigger bead on. Let's put a big glass bead on. I don't know whether bead needle goes through. Will it? Oh, yes. And a few more. I think the moral of this story is just put what you want where you want. So let's see how long that string is now. I like it. I think I need a couple more darker ones. That were two beads stuck together. Yeah, I like it. So I find if you've got a gap that you definitely need to fill in your string, a longer stretch of beads makes that easier. So, I hope you can see. I found it rather gappy down here, didn't I? So, that will be perfect. I've got my nail where I want my knot to end up. I think one knot should be fine with this. Yeah, so that's filled some of that gap. And I'll get another string. That's another empty one. And I'll have that fill in that gap. So I am going to put a knot at the top. We're not going to let gravity do it this time. There you go. That's just really as a marker as to where I want my beads to go. So let's get the beading needle again. I'm finding beading needle easier on camera because I'm not as near to my beads as I am when I do it myself. I'm normally hunched right up and I've got it in my face. But when I'm a bit further away, yeah, I'm liking the beading needle. I like this new one actually, it's really nice, I do like it. Did I say that I liked it? I'm not sure. Let's get some more green beads on as well. We're not quite getting enough green in. I might even try a grey one because I can. Then we need to get more buttons on and a few charms. I tend to put those on nearer end of the charm. Let's have one white one. Then let's have a big green bead. That's a big one. For some reason the big bead's got a smaller hole. I don't know why that is. And I want a medium size pearl one. Let's see if that'll go through. Oh, I think I need to clear a hole with my pokey tool. I'll try not to stab myself. I've had enough injuries lately. That's not happening, that. Go away, bead, we don't want you. You're a reject. Yeah, I had one of those. Have you ever watched? Is it Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the old original one? Where, is it Veruca Salt? Who ends up going down that hole with the bad eggs? Yeah, well, that bead would be going down with Veruca Salt and all bad eggs. It really would. That's that. I'm going to put a few more on. Have I got any blue beads that would be like blueberries? Violet Beauregard was the one who blew up like a blueberry. Augustus Gloop got sucked up that huge pipe when he was trying to drink all chocolate in river. Did anyone else come to a sticky end? Oh, am I forgetting? It's got, yeah, I do like that film. That's why I know all the names. Right, let's... I'm even on camera for this, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, right up to that knot. That will fill in a gap. It's got Violet Beauregard, Veruca Salt, Augustus Gloop, Mike TV, that's another one. Yeah, poor Mike TV. He ended up shrinking himself, didn't he? Trying to teleport himself from one place to another, or teleport chocolate or something. There we go, that's filled the gaps in nicely. It's starting now to look a little bit more like that one, isn't it? Very similar colours. So, just put your little pearl beads to one side for a minute, and let's get some of your more unusual beads. I don't know, I don't want to put that on. No, I don't. I really want to put that on. I'm going to do it. And we want to put that on. I like these. Did I put one on the other? I'm not sure that I did. No, I didn't. Yeah, it's like a long... Yeah, that looks good. I think I want one of these on. Yeah, we'll have the pink one. We might have another one, a smaller cream one. We've got a Love Heart Hon, haven't we? Hon. A Love Heart Hon. Yes, we do get in a tangle with our H's. Round here. Round here. I do have some... I'm going to have to get the butterfly charms out again, because I can't find one. Ooh, spacer beads. I'm just pulling random stuff out now, aren't I? What's them? Oh, I didn't have any charms in there that would thread nicely. Where's your butterfly beads, woman? There we go. Butterfly beads. Well, there's charms, but a lot of them are beads. Like so. Can you see how the hole goes down through the middle? Rather than... You can use these with a loop. Just tie your string round them. Let's put one on and see. But it's not my favourite way to add things. It's got to be said. But you can do it. Let's tie the knot. If I didn't have any other butterflies, I'd do this. Look. I think it's the way it doesn't dangle down. It sort of sticks out. Mind you, butterflies stick out sideways. We'll leave him on. We'll leave him on. But I want to put... Let's straighten this out. I want to put another butterfly on. Yeah, one of these empty ones. I want it nearer the top, this one, because it's tiny. Ooh. Come back. We're going to have to go for... I haven't cut and glued that one. Oh, it's still raining here. Yeah, my youngest... If you watch me regularly, you'll know that I've got twins, and the eldest one went away on this, it's part of what they call National Citizen Service. She went for a week's outward bound course back in summer holidays to Edale in Derbyshire. Well, the younger one is going next week to Doncaster, and if you did watch me before, there was some hoo-ha that she might have been staying at a campsite next to a prison in Doncaster, and I went on too happy. Well, this is a different site in Doncaster. It's not next to a prison. It's actually really nice. I'm just going to put a glass bead on after that. Otherwise, the knot that I would have to tie to hold that butterfly would be rather huge. So let's decide where Mr. Butterfly is going to be. And, yeah, I like him about there. So we'll get the knot in. But now I'm worried with this weather. It is a purpose-built centre, so I don't know if they've got any activities that are like, yeah, not on. They're just gonna. It's gonna be like a mud bath, isn't it, for them if everything's on grass. I don't know. I don't know what indoor things they've got. I'm half wondering if it's even going to get cancelled, because there's people come from children from all over area go to this. We just happen to live about half an hour away from it, which I'm much less worried about her going, because the younger one is the one who has autism. She's autistic, and I'd worry. Whereas half an hour away in Doncaster, if I did have to go and get her home, it's doable in a taxi. I could do it in a taxi, yeah. Right, I like where that's gone, so I'm just going to put something else on this long string now. I'm going to get... Where's the beading needle gone? I'm so untidy. There you go. Yeah, these are pretty good. I like these better, these beading needles. They are by Beaded. The brand is Beaded. Collapsible eye needles, I like them. They're 2.5 inches long, and the stainless steel. Ooh, stainless steel. Could we use them in our glues? Ooh. Ooh. You know what I'm thinking now? No, don't do it. You should glue on all your beads. But, I don't know. We'll see. More to come on that. Right, just get some beads on, missus. Let's have a green one. Oh, I seem to be going a bit mad now with green. Ooh. Let's have... Oh, I like that. And, yeah, I grabbed a few bigger ones while you weren't looking. A big pink one. And I've got the odd blue one on, even though it's not the main colour. Yeah, we'll have that. Take your beading needle off, missus. Hold your bead up now and see where those beads need to be. I'm thinking, yes, there. They're not too far down from the butterfly, but there is a little gap. Whee. Right. Right, let's get some more of these special beads on. Special. Right. I want to put that big flower on. I think I'm going to put that on after this. I don't know if I'm going to like it, but we'll see. Right, I'm not going to tie a knot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bead on so that it won't go. The bead is going to be too big for that hole, so it won't go through, but not too huge. Let's try one of these small pearl ones. Oh yeah. Yeah. So if you see what I mean. I'll have that about there. So I can put a giant pink flower on if I want to. I like it actually, I do. Right, this one, I want to put this on. I'm just going to put this on its own. The whole, yeah, it's big enough. Oh, just throw it about, woman. Throw it about. Yeah, I'm going to tie that pretty close to them beads, and then it's a little bit higher than that giant pink flower. We'll put 2 knots in that, because it is quite a big hole in that bead, but I didn't want a little bead next to it. That's fine. Yeah, it's just higher up than the big pink flower. What else needs something? That one needs something else. And I want to put a big button on, but I don't want it too high up. I want it... Actually, I'll put it on that one. Yeah. Then it will be a little bit higher up than those. So I'm going to put this rose button on. So in one hole, out the t'other, out t'other. That's proper Yorkshire, that. It needs to come down a bit. Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's looking good. It's filling up quite nice now, but we've still got a couple of strings with nothing on. So is there just one string with nothing on? Yeah. So I think I'll have that around about there. I think this one I will have some beads either side of it. So I'll put it back on my beading needle. And we'll grab some of them small pearl beads. I've ended up putting quite a few of those on, haven't I? Did I get both my butterflies on? Yeah. I wish I could remember the size of these. I'd have to look it up. I'll list it in my comments. Because again, I did buy these off Amazon, but they didn't come in these tubs. They came in little bags. They're quite expensive when you buy them in the tubs already. Two joined together. And I'm going to put a light pink one. Then I'm going to put that. And then I'm going to put a couple of beads again after. Light pink. And I'll tell you what, I haven't put a sparkly one on for a while, have I? Let's stick a sparkly one. Oh, what about that? Oh, that hole is in the side. No, we don't want to use that one. I didn't even know I got them. What else we got? Is that hole inside? Yeah, that's weird. Just grab a sparkly bead, woman. But not that, I just don't like it. I very rarely faff with these and change my mind, but as I get nearer the end, I know what I want. And it wasn't that. I'm just going to leave it at that. Right. So I'll lift it up again. Yeah, I want that to come about there. So that's where my knot needs to be. And I think this is the last string. So we are very nearly done. So I did 15 minutes worth off camera. I've waffled like mad instead of going on with it. And we'll still have made this in perhaps about an hour. So I don't call that bad going. Right. Ooh, I've got this I want to put on. Right, I'm going to put a bead either side. Again. Use your little pearly ones, misters. Ooh, I'm going to use these grey ones. So, ooh, it's falling off. Ooh. There we go. Grey bead. Button. Another grey bead. Yeah, I like that. So let's see where that's going to go. Round about there. It doesn't really matter. There are no bald spots, as I call them now, on this dangle. Everywhere's just about done. And you can carry on beading as far down these strings as you like. The choice is yours. So what have we got? Yeah, I'm liking that. We've got a pretty nice mix. Odd little beads. Oh, I've got that one. I nearly forgot to put that on. So where's that going to go? I think have I got a string there with nothing on? No. I'm thinking I'm going to untie that butterfly, people. I don't like it. I'm ever so sorry. Because now I want that to go there. It's just, some people don't mind that look. I don't like it. So I'm taking him off. Sorry, Mr. Flutterby. And I'm putting this on. Because I can. Oh, and it went through. Right. Hold it up again. have it around about there. It's a little bit higher than the flower. It's not quite meeting the beads. It's definitely going to need 2 L's. Yes. Go on, you know you want to knot it right place. There we go. Yeah. I quite like that. Wee-hee. So, I'm going to put one more butterfly on. Which one should we have? I'm going to have that one. It's slightly bigger. So we've got one at the top. We've got a metal bead there. I just want another butterfly flying on this. Fly, butterfly, fly. I think he needs to be on here. So, pop you through. And I'm going to put a tiny crystal bead on after him. That's the smallest I can find. Whee. Yeah. And we might be done. But it's one of those things, you can always add some more things after, should you wish. You could go on forever. But like I said, I do like that look of all those threads at the bottom. Where's my pokey tool? My knot's not behaving. Boom, boom, not behaving. That's a double negative, so that means it is behaving. Right. There we go. So let's have a look-see. I think I am happy with that. It's got enough bling, it's got enough weird little bits in. I don't think it's quite as full as that one, is it? But, like I said, could go on forever. I might put a few more lower down.
The current month is October, which is the 10th month.
Really? See, I don't know why she chimes in, but yeah, thank you, Gertrude. Very informative. Don't know what I'd do without you. Have a quite a life, probably. Yeah, I'm going to leave that one at that point. 'Cause like I said, I don't know what journal it's going on yet. I might want to add some more. Yeah, things that match the actual journal. But I really enjoyed it. I love the absolute random look of these. And I hope you learnt something. They really are easy. I think it's the easiest way to do a beaded dangle. No tools and messing. Biggest tool we use were a needle, yeah? So I'm going to call it a no tool dangle. Because we're not going to call a needle a tool, are we? No, it's not a tool. It's a, I don't know what it is. It's a bead facilitator. I don't know how I managed to say that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. You'll get this one. This is just when I'm doing what I'm wanting when I want. You'll get a flip through of that when it's done. I'm not doing it on camera. It was just a procrastination project I started. So yeah, but now we have got another bead dangle that would match it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling now because I've waffled enough. And I'll be back doing some ephemera for my eclectic journal next time. So thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you maybe over the weekend. Bye.